friends, today we are going to talk about toe stop height. I love my toe stops. I am a huge fan of toe stops. I know a lot of skaters who do not like wearing toe stops, and that is perfectly okay. It is totally a personal preference. I do suggest wearing toe stops if you will be skating outside a lot. Skating outside can be dangerous no matter what, but if you don't have something to stop you suddenly, if you see a rock or a sewer cover or something that you cannot avoid, a car, a bicycle, lots of factors outside. And if you are not wearing toe stops, it is more difficult to stop quickly. So I do highly suggest wearing toe stops if you are skating outside. However, as an artistic skater, I love to wear my toe stops because I like to do things like spinning on them. I like to use them for little hops, little jumps. I also just love strutting on them because if you want nice calves or skater's calves, you just have to strut on your toe stops a bit. But I had a private lesson of mine ask me this question, and I was like, wow, that's a really great question and something I have not really covered before. So I'm here to talk about it. Toe stop height. Like many things, it is completely up to you. It's a personal preference of where you want your toe stop, what height you want your toe stop at. These toe stops are quite high. So for you to see, there is that much space in between my plate and my toe stop. It's not much at all. But this skate has almost the same amount of space, but it is a way newer toe stop. It's a way bigger toe stop. This toe stop that is on this skate is super, super, super worn down. New toe stops, at least Roll-Line and Complex, they have the holes in them. Mine are completely worn down. Luckily, I don't jump much, so it's actually okay for me. And I actually prefer my toe stops to be flatter like this so that I can stand on them and do different choreography without having it rounded so I like fall off the side. It's not a bad thing. It just takes a bit more concentration if you don't have them worn down already. But your toe stop height is completely up to you. These, I have to really reach for my toe stop. So I have to really mindfully step onto my toe stop and reach for it. It feels like I'm falling off a cliff a little bit when I am reaching to them. These are almost on their way out. That's a little too far. Or I need to lower it. And by lowering that means loosening and unscrewing it a little bit, then tightening it back up. But these ones, if I put it down on the ground where the toe stop goes, they say for freestyle, for jumps, that it should be 2 to 3 fingers. I believe it's 2 fingers. And what that means is this. If you put 2 fingers down, you should be able to touch the ground and touch the wheel. This is about 3 fingers for me. And then the ones I'm currently on, that is way more than a hand. That is way more than my 4 fingers. So it is completely up to you. Like I said, you just loosen. For me, it's this right here. If you have a bolt-on toe stop, you have to loosen that and then unscrew it a little bit. Get up, feel around, make sure it is on a good part of the toe stop. Because if you have parts of the toe stop that are worn down, let's say this inside part is worn down, you don't want your ankle to be falling in. You want to align your toe stop in a good spot where you can stand comfortably like this on your toe stops. If you find yourself falling either way, then move the toe stop so that it's in a place where you can actually stand. But like anything and pretty much everything on a roller skate, out of the box, you're going to want to adjust things. And over time, please don't be afraid of just adjusting things. So your action right here, this can be loosened and you can have a little more wiggle room with it. You will know when you've gone too far. Adjusting your trucks, adjusting your toe stop, you'll know if things are happening, or if they're not happening, but usually you'll know if you've gone too far in one direction. So you should be able to move your skate side to side like this to press an inside edge, to press an outside edge without your wheels moving. You should be able to move like this on your toe stop without having your toe stop unscrew. So that should be tight enough where the toe stop doesn't move on its own. But Again, toe stop height, that is really what I wanted to talk about. You want it to be a comfortable spot for you. So for me, I have to reach really far. This is like I'm standing in extreme stilettos. And if I'm to walk on these, I have to really make sure my knee is over my toe, and I even turn it out a little bit so I can step like this, because if I step directly here, my wheel is right there and it will roll out right from under me. So I have to angle it a little bit and really make sure my weight is over that skate to strut. In these, I can step a little more easily and not think so much because they are closer to the ground. But again, that's simply because it's a newer toe stop. But if I want to lower these, I can. I don't need to throw them away. Now that they're worn down, I can just lower them, loosen them, lower them, and then tighten it back up. But for me, honestly, I actually like them here. I like needing to reach for it. But total personal preference. Just make sure it's not moving on its own, and make sure you are in charge of your skate. Your skate is not in charge of you. That is the main thing. Make sure nothing is moving on its own. If you want to move it, and then make sure it's locked in and tightened. Yeah, have fun with your toe stops. Play with your toe stops. I have so much choreography and so many skills in the membership on thatnicolefiore.com or on YouTube and in the course, and we can work on it in private lessons, but I love my toe stops and I use them all the time. I like having them at this height because for things like crazy legs, I can actually do it and not worry about hitting the toe stop. I can do grapevine, everything, because I have to really reach for that toe stop, but it is there if I want to do other things with it. Yeah. Don't be afraid of your toe stops. They are your friend. If you have any other questions like this, again, this came up from a private lesson that I was teaching in person, but if you have any questions like this, please let me know, because I would love to cover more topics like this that are just things that I am so used to that I don't even think of to make a video. So if you can please let me know if you have random questions, even if they seem so silly to you. I promise you are not alone. There are more people that have that question. So please send it my way and I am happy to answer it and happy to provide a video on it. And I will see you next week. Bye. Happy skating. And if you ever have questions about your toe stop and about your skate, I am not necessarily the best with knowing about all of the equipment, but I have a lot of great, wonderful friends who are. So if you have any questions about your skate, please do not hesitate to send me a picture or a video and ask me about it, because I will help you figure it out.